Nigeria is on the path of issuing new Naira notes. The CBN made this public a few days ago with the intention to check inflation, ransom payment, and boost the value of the Naira. In 2020, the Apex Bank spent about 59 billion Naira to print Naira notes valued at about 1 trillion Naira. Going by this estimate, Nigeria might be spending about 176 billion Naira this time to print the 3.2 trillion Naira in circulation. Now, is this move in the best interest of Nigerians? What does this mean for you? Just Nigeria's Vivian Oguche has been finding out.
This is Sangros Market, and buying and selling takes place here every day.
Naira notes, the lifeblood of trade at this market and many others like it has been in the news. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, says it wants to introduce new currencies and mop up old ones. But are these primary receivers of physical cash even aware of the CBN's plans?
Jerry ọ̀rọ̀ owó tuntun yẹn ráwọn èèyàn bá gbọ́gbọ́n wọn máa ṣépè torí owó òun náà tẹ̀fẹ́ kó lọ báńkì gbogbo olúkálùkù olówó lọ́wọ́ mọ́ oúnjẹ ti gbowó ẹni tó lọ́mọgàn ò lè bọ́ ọmọ mọ́ gbogbo nǹkan dàrú ọkàn olúkálùkù ò balẹ̀.
Everything is expensive. People are not coming to the market to buy from us. Look at everybody. If that's to be somebody is buying something from me, I won't have time to be talking to you. People are not coming to the market.
Not be this one government support to do it now. Because if you're ready to do that one now, it will suffer so many people.
The policy is really bad for now because we are in hard time.
I think it's okay. So the kidnapping will less. Nobody's collecting cash. Check for kidnapping, and nobody's collecting transfer for kidnapping. So when you're not collecting such kind of transaction for your kidnap, I think you will not be able to do the job anymore.
On the streets, the sentiment is expectedly varied.
It's not right at all. It shouldn't be by this time. Maybe after the election, after 2023 election.
Even the cash, we don't even have it than saying they are bringing a new policy. I think they should wait. Let's begin to have this money. Look, we are hungry in this country.
It's good because of our children, because they are going to school. All these kidnappers, they are too much.
No doubt, this is a subject that arouses strong emotions, with different schools of thought split into camps. It is a global best practice for central banks to redesign, produce and circulate new legal tenders every 5 to 8 years as they see fit. But the Naira has not been fully redesigned in decades. So, why now?
2.73 trillion Naira out of the 3.23 trillion Naira currency in circulation was outside the vaults of commercial banks across the country and supposedly held by members of the public. Evidently, currency in circulation has more than doubled since 2015, rising from 1.46 trillion in December 2015 to 3.23 trillion as of September 2022. I must say that this is a very worrisome trend that cannot continue to be allowed.
If we're actually able to mop up even half of the amount, that is stated to be in circulation, I think it would be good for the banking sector, the stronger financial sector. But in terms of timing, is the timing good? Is this something that we should be doing right now, given our current economic situation? It's not clear. I'm almost sure that the central bank and the regulators can see why this needs to be done at this time, and we might want to trust them and see how it pans out.
When central bank made this policy, EFCC supported by saying, yes, it's the right direction, we're going to work with you. But what central bank and EFCC has not done, in fact, is that how do you stop politicians that you want to cop from going to the parallel market? The parallel market trade in 2 days have jumped to over 770 from 740. That is crazy.
President Muhammadu Buhari was the military head of state in 1984 when Naira notes were last redesigned. The then military government wanted to ensure that funds allegedly looted by politicians from the toppled democratically elected government were trapped in old notes. That was 38 years ago, and the value of the Naira at the forex markets then was approximately 1 Naira to $1.
It's a different country altogether. I want you to imagine how many bridges were in this country 38 years ago. Ronald Reagan was president of the United States. Margaret Thatcher was prime minister of the United Kingdom. Gorbachev was the president of the Soviet Union. There was East and West Germany. There was no European Union. It's a different world. It's a different world. You can't use the techniques of 1984 and superimpose it on 2023.
It may not absolutely address everything that the central bank has raised, or because experiences of countries like India that did something close to this very recently shows that you may have some immediate gains, but it does not stop necessarily some of those things that you are trying to manage.
In 2021 alone, Nigeria recorded 3.7 billion real-time digital transactions, ranking 6th in the world's most developed real-time payment markets, behind India, China, Thailand, Brazil, and South Korea, lending credence to the country's ambitious cashless policy.
Cash is an anti-cashless policy. So when the central bank governor said he wants to do this, then we are saying that we are acknowledging that truly we have not achieved 100% goal with cashless policy. Central bank introduced Naira, and I have said a week after Naira was introduced that nothing will change in the value and how much people will migrate to digital currency. A year after, we are benefit of hindsight. What has changed as the value of Naira improved both at official, I&E window and parallel markets. In the 3 markets, it has been worse off.
Only 6% of total money supply is in cash. So 93% of payments and everything is now being done via checks, NEFT payments, POS payments, interbank transfers, e-commerce. So I don't see how this policy is negative. You're just changing the denomination, not changing the denomination, you're just changing the look of the currency. But my biggest fear so far is that the markets have already started reacting to this policy.
But beyond the introduction of new Naira notes, Bismarck Riwani, who is also a member of President Buhari's Economic Advisory Council, says Nigerians can be cautiously optimistic.
As much as possible, there will be an orderly change rather than disorderly change.
The wave of crime and the way Naira is involved in those crime processes, for me, is still an important reason why we should get our monies back into the bank, and probably that could have a significant impact on our economy.
Experts say the CBN's new policy, which might be beneficial, is likely to be unpopular due to the timing, as Nigeria prepares for major events such as Christmas and New Year celebrations, the 2023 general elections, and national census. Vivian Oguche, Gist Nigeria.